Hey guys, it's Brian again from LakeHickoryScuba and Marina. Got another quick scuba video discussion here for you. If you can't tell already, I've got a series of gloves here, and we're going to go over each series of gloves, what they're used for, and what you would actually use them for out there, depending on the diving environment you're going in. We get asked a lot, hey, what's that magical glove that I should buy that's going to work in every diving situation? And the truthful answer to that is there's no magical glove. One of these gloves is going to be great for cold water environments, one's going to be good for warm water environments, one's going to be good for hazmatic environments, one's going to be good for a working environment or say a wreck or a cave environment, but there's not one magical glove that will work for every situation. So when you go to purchase gloves, that's something you need to think about. What type of diving am I going to be doing the most, and what type of glove do I feel comfortable with as far as warmth and comfort level? So let's get started. The first pair of gloves we're going to look at is just the Amara gloves, and it's just a basic reef style glove by Marez. I believe they're 2 millimeters thick. They offer plenty of protection as far as if you brush up against something, or if you do need to pick up something, maybe you're doing a recovery in the lake, you're picking up a metal object or something, it's going to give you some protection there. It doesn't give you that much warmth. It is only a 2 millimeter glove, so it's only going to be good for reef diving or even warm water diving. However, it does protect your hand. It's got just a simple little strap, Velcro strap, comes around, seals back to itself. That keeps the cuff good and tight on it. You are going to have some type of water leak in here, so it's not going to be the best for warmth, but it is going to give you protection. Now, depending on whether you like to put your wetsuit arm or your sleeve over or under, that's completely personal preference. I personally always put my sleeve over the top of the glove, but you can leave it down, put the glove over the top. It's whatever works for you. But that's a 2 mil glove by Marez. It's just their Amara brand or Amara version. And they're great little gloves. I use these guys a lot if I'm diving in the tropics or even in warmer environments. The next glove we're going to look at is, of course, the Seasoft Stealth 3. Now, I've used these gloves for the last 4 or 5 years. If I'm still in a warm environment, but I know, let's say the water is just a little bit cooler than what I would consider tropical, maybe it's down in the lower 70s, I will go with a little bit thicker glove than a 2 mil. And the Seasoft Stealth 3 is a 3 mil glove, very similar to the reef gloves. It just slides right on. I can put my wetsuit sleeve over the top or under, either one, however it works for me, or however it's going to work for you. I've got just a quick little stretchable Velcro strap here, and it's going to give me a decent glove. It's going to give me a little bit more warmth. I'm still not sacrificing that much dexterity. I can feel and tell what things are very easily. So the Seasoft Stealth 3 is another good glove for a warmer environment where maybe you just need a little bit more warmth, just maybe your tolerance to the cold's not as good as some others. Moving on up the line here, we got the Seasoft Pros here. Now, one thing that I really like about these, they're Kevlar lined. Now, we're not just a dive shop, we're also a salvage company, so we do a lot of underwater salvage, whether it be boats, cars that run off the bridge, whatever it may be. So I like the Kevlar gloves if I'm working on someone's dock underwater and I want to protect my hands. Maybe the dock post has a lot of nails in it or something, and I don't want to tear my glove. Well, this Kevlar is going to keep it from tearing underwater. It's still only a 3 mil glove, so it's going to give me a good warmth down to, say, the lower 70s, mid 60s, somewhere in there. I am, however, going to start to sacrifice a little bit of dexterity, though, with the Kevlar on there. I'm not going to be able to feel things, but it's going to keep my hands good and protective with this glove here. I've actually used this quite a bit in salvaging here recently, and I really like this glove. Moving on up, in a little bit colder environments, about mid 60s, lower 60s, even into the 50s, I've got a 5 mil glove. This is just their Flexa glove by Marez here. And what I like about this, in a wetsuit where you're going to put your sleeve over the top of the glove, on the inside part of the cuff, there's this glide skin material. So that once you have this glove on, it's going to seal to your wrist itself. That's going to eliminate just about all of any water from coming inside the glove. So you're going to have plenty of warmth there. Your hand's going to virtually be dry. Now you might have a little bit of leakage. Everybody's wrist size is a little bit different. However, you can get the glove in different sizes to make sure it fits you properly. Now, with thicker gloves, you're going to have the additional warmth that you need. However, you are going to start sacrificing some of the dexterity. So when you go to feel things, you may not be able to tell exactly what it is, say if it's a darker environment or something. But moving along, these next set of gloves, to be honest, I can't even tell you who makes these. I've had these gloves for about 10 years now. I love these gloves for public safety diving simply because they're orange. If most of you seen our videos with one of my dry suits, it's an orange colored dry suit, and I wear these a lot when it comes to cold water and public safety here in our area, just for a simple fact, if I'm doing a nighttime operation, I need to signal to somebody underwater. I can say, take my flashlight, paint a canvas with the light, and do a hand signal, and those orange gloves tend to show up a little bit better than what a lot of these blacker gloves will. So these are just 7mm gloves. They're really good cold water gloves. I have no clue who makes them. Somebody actually bought me these a while back or several years ago, and I've been using them ever since. But this is just a 7mm thick glove. It works good for colder environments. Now, if I'm going on up north, now each year we go up north and we do some ice diving, and the water up there where we go, it's usually around the 34-degree mark, and it's extremely cold up there. There's two types of gloves I use. I'm only going to talk about one of them to begin with, and when I get into the second pair, we'll talk about what I use them for also. The first pair is just a three-fingered mitt. Now, the ones I like, of course, are the waterproof brand. There's several different companies out there that make them. But the idea of the three-fingered mitts is it's going to keep these three fingers, which is your middle finger, your ring finger, and your pinky, together, and that's going to you're going to use the body heat coming off each finger to keep each one warm. That's going to additionally keep your hand a little bit warmer. Now, a lot of people say, well, you're losing dexterity and you're losing the ability to use those fingers, and in reality you are. However, also in reality, you're not going to be using them fingers as much as you realize. When it's really cold, all that we really use is, of course, our first finger and our thumb itself. I can still signal that I'm okay. I can do an okay signal. But when it's that cold, that's all that I'm basically going to be using is those two fingers. Whether I'm holding on to my tether rope or my safety line back to the surface if I'm ice diving, or if it's just really, really cold and I'm going for my inflator, these are usually the only two fingers that I use. So I don't really need these three fingers there. Now, I'm not going to have any dexterity, but with these particular gloves, what I like about them, they're extremely warm, and it's a double cuff system. One's got glide skin, so it really seals to the wrist. Or if you're going up over a suit or under the suit, you can seal this to your wrist, put your suit sleeve over it, then the second cuff folds up, and of course zips up for a good, almost waterproof tight seal. Now, these are 7mm thick, so I have plenty of warmth with these. Now, let's say that I'm back in that cold environment and I do want use of these fingers, or since we do a lot of public safety diving in the area, maybe I'm in a hazmatic situation, you can go with the dry glove. Now, a complete dry glove system, that's going to be for the dry suit users out there. There's several different systems you use. One that I like, of course, is the Glove Lock by Cytec. The idea with the dry glove, it keeps your hand completely dry simply by placing it in to the glove, and of course whatever system it mounts to the suit to seal it with, that's the way you're going to mount it. However, the downside to dry gloves there's two downsides. First one is warmth. You're not going to have the warmth that you are going to have with these other gloves. So just with a dry suit, or just like a dry suit, you're going to have some type of liner. Now, these wool liners that I wear are awesome. They come with the Cytec gloves when you buy them, and the liners work really good. Now, on mine, I usually fold them up just like I have here, and then of course I'm going to slide it into the dry glove, and then the ring itself is going to seal to the ring system of my dry suit. Now, even though I have the additional warmth now, we're talking about a dry suit. We do have that air pocket inside here that we don't want to get a suit squeeze on and cut off the circulation to our hand. So with dry gloves, usually you're going to have some type of little tube that's going to slide up into the wrist seal, and then it's going to also slide up into the glove itself. Now, in the event that it leaks, that little hole is not going to be enough that it floods your suit, and if it does leak and you remove your glove, you can pull that little tube out, and then you're going to have another seal on your wrist, and you're not going to worry about your suit leaking. So guys, as you can see, there's many different options here as far as gloves, whether you're diving in a reef environment, really warm tropical, or you're going full-blown cold water, or in a hazmatic situation. Like I said, there's not going to be that one special magical glove that works for every diving situation. Some of these gloves, if you'll check down in the description below, there's going to be several links. Of course, we are a Marez dealer here, so the Flexa, or the Amara and the Flexa, you'll be able to find on our online store. Simply click on the link. It'll take you straight to the product page, hit add to cart, and you can purchase the gloves there. Of course, we carry them in multiple sizes, so they're out there for all types of divers. Guys, I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you learned something. I hope this makes you be able to pick out whatever glove is going to work best for you a lot easier. Guys, as always, make sure you follow us on Twitter, you like us on Facebook, pin us on Pinterest, subscribe to us here on YouTube, and as always, guys, we appreciate your business.